Let us discuss the most important portion of this chapter, that is Ohm's law. In most of the exam, you will get question from Ohm's law. First we will discuss what is Ohm's law. Okay? You know that V is proportional to I. That means if voltage increases, then the current increases. Okay, if low voltage is there, the fan moving very slow, the lights produce dim light. You know that. If high voltage is there, then the more amount of current flow through the circuit, that means the fan will speed up, the light will glow brighter, like this. So if voltage increases, then the current will increases. So this is Ohm's law, you have to write in proper statement. So write down the Ohm's law. At constant temperature, the amount of current passed through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across the conductor. It's okay? That means the amount of current passed through a conductor I is proportional to potential difference across the conductor. Write the law. If I is the current of the circuit, V is potential difference of the circuit, then according to law, I is proportional to V or V is proportional to I. Then V is equal to some constant R into I, or V is equal to IR. Okay? If you plot the graph of V and I, V versus I, as V proportional to I, so the graph is a straight line. Okay? So it may be like this, or it may be like this, or it may be like this. But it is a straight line. As V increases, I also increases. So V is equal to IR or RI. That is volt is equal to R means resistance ohm into ampere, or R is equal to V by I. So this is Ohm's law. As V proportional to I, then the V versus I graph is a straight line. The slope of V versus I graph produce what? Slope of V versus I means, slope means you know that is tan theta, that means P by B, that means V by I or Y by X. That means slope of VI graph produce resistance. Why resistance? Slope of V versus I graph means V by I. What is V by I? V by I is resistance. Now the limitation of Ohm's law. There are two limitations of this Ohm's law. First one is the temperature must be constant. If you change the temperature, then I and V, that means they will change. Okay? So I proportional to V, maybe the relation will not establish. So the temperature must be constant. And second one, the wire must have uniform cross section or uniform thickness. The wire must have uniform thickness. If thickness increases, then the resistance decreases. Thickness decreases, resistance increases. That means resistance also directly inversely proportional to thickness. So we'll discuss later on. Thickness or area of cross section. So here two limitations of Ohm's law. That means the first one, the temperature must be constant. The second one, the wire must have uniform cross section or uniform thickness. It's okay? Another activity is given in your book. You just see page number 204. Okay? In page number 204 in the blue box, you just see the figure. One activity is there to explain or to verify the Ohm's law. In your book, this portion, you just look here. From this activity, one question will come. In the activity, you will notice that 4 batteries are connected in the circuit along with a voltmeter and an emitter is there. So how this activity show or verify the Ohm's law? First, like this it is given. Here the voltmeter is connected. Okay. So this is plus, this is minus. So current will come like this, plus minus, plus minus. It's okay. So activity said that first you take one battery. First you take one battery. That means in the table, number of cells used 1. Current through the nichrome wire in ampere. That means here what is the emitter reading, what is the voltmeter reading, you just put there. Then take 2 batteries. Then take the emitter reading and voltmeter reading. Take 3 batteries. Take both reading. Take 4 batteries and take the both reading in emitter as well as in voltmeter. In every case, you will notice that the ratio of V and I or voltmeter reading and emitter reading is always constant, and that is known as the resistance of the circuit. It's okay? So you know all the Ohm's law. So just give the answer of this question. In first case, which has high resistance? According to Ohm's law, resistance R is equal to V by I. Okay? So in first case, slope of the graph produce, in case of VI graph, the slope of the graph produce a resistance. So which has high resistance? More slope, more resistance. That means here a graph A produce more angle than graph B. So tangent of the angle, you know that in case of tan theta, as the angle increases, tan value increases. Slope means tan theta. Tan theta is equal to P by B. So here slope of A is more than slope of B. That means resistance of A greater than resistance of B. That R is equal to V by I. Conductance I am telling in the first part, conductance K is equal to 1 by R means I by V. It's okay? These are the two factors. Mostly this question will come about the resistance. Conductance not in your syllabus. Here resistance of A is more than resistance of B. If I will ask you that conductance of B is more than conductance of A. Less resistance, more conductance. It's okay. So you know resistance of A greater than resistance of B. In this graph, which has more resistance? Here it is I and V. That means I by V means inverse of resistance. So Q has more resistance than P, but P has more conductance than Q. It's okay? In this third graph, I by V, in case of X and Y, which has more temperature? Which has more temperature? You have to know that if resistance is more, then the heat energy liberated is high. Okay, more resistance, more amount of heat energy produced. Mainly in heating devices, you will notice that they have high resistance, they produce high heat energy. Okay, so in this graph, which has more resistance, that produce more heat energy. That produce more heat energy. So here which have high resistance? Y has more resistance than X because it is I and V graph. Okay, so Y has more resistance, therefore Y produce more heat energy than X. It's okay?